Most people in tech think that becoming a senior or just getting promoted is all about working harder. They think that they have to answer messages faster, take on more tasks, and say yes to everything. I used to do that, and it basically burned me out. And it seemed like everybody else was passing me by. Here's what I learned: the difference between a senior and a junior is not about effort, it's about how you think. In this video, I'm going to share with you 7 mindset shifts that immediately is going to change how people perceive you. And that's whether you're a software engineer or you're in tech management. Hey, I'm Edna. I've been in tech for over a decade now, and I've gone through it all: promotions, layoffs, and burnout, which all of it together made me rethink everything. And it helped me realize that I needed to create the space so that I can teach other software professionals to grow and also work smarter with AI. So subscribe now and let's level up together. And as a thank you, here's a picture of my dog, Caden. Here's the first mindset shift from task to outcome. Juniors always focus on the number of tasks. Seniors always focus on the result and outcome that each of those tasks create. Juniors always ask, what should I work on? But seniors always ask, what outcomes are we trying to create? Being outcome driven is really good because outcomes make sure that stakeholders are aligned and they reduce rework and make sure that your impact is visible. Before you start anything, you ask, what does success look like for this? And then proceed to define one measurable success criteria. Don't say build a dashboard. No, say build a dashboard so that the finance team can create their report in under 2 hours. Success criteria: 50% reduction in spreadsheet manual work. To summarize, Peter Drucker said it really well. Management always makes sure to do things right, but leadership makes sure that the right things are done. The second mindset shift is going from fast to maintainable. Juniors always optimize for speed. Seniors always optimize for maintainability and changeability. Fast code is useful once. Maintainable code is useful forever. So use AI to help you refactor your code, to help suggest you to use more clear variable names, to reduce complexity of your functions, but also to document all those business logic that you have been using in your code. Use AI and give it a prompt like, refactor my code for readability and maintainability, but no behavior change. And this alone, I promise you, is gonna shift you from being frantic to fantastic. Third mindset shift is going from one answer to multiple options with trade offs. Juniors come to you specifically with one answer, but seniors come to you with options and also their trade offs. Because decision making in tech is always about effort, risk, impact, and also speed to value. Here is a AI prompt that you can use in this case. You can say, for this specific task, and explain what the task is. Give me 3 solution options for each. Explain and include effort, risk, impact, but also time to value. After this, you should take one of the solutions as recommendation and say, and on top of these options, this is my recommendation, and this is why. This helps you basically shift from being an executor to a leader. And now let me show you what senior decision making looks like. Here I listed 3 approaches to handling a data sync. I scored each by effort, risk, impact, and how fast we'd see value. The highest score, the managed sync tool wins. So instead of arguing opinions, we choose based off of trade-offs. And this is for you is senior thinking. Not just going with one answer, but showing why the answer you chose is the right one. The moment you start presenting decisions like this, stakeholders are going to ask you, what do you think? Not, can you do this? And that is when people recognize you as a senior. The fourth mindset shift is going from AI at the end to AI in the beginning. Juniors, most of the time, tend to use AI to polish their work at the end, but seniors use it in the beginning to clarify their process, their thinking, and their work. Here's what you can do. Take those messy stakeholder notes, use AI to create a PRD with user stories and acceptance criteria. Then go back to AI and ask, challenge the assumptions made here. Which ones are risky or unclear? I promise you, with this work, you will be able to save weeks of wasted effort. The next mindset shift is going from avoiding conflict to clarifying things early. Juniors normally try to avoid conflict and hope that magically ambiguity is going to resolve itself later. I wish. But seniors, they see the unclear expectations and they hit it right on because in the beginning the stakes are small. You can use this one liner. Before we start with the project, let's define what success does not include. This basically helps you figure out what the non goals are and cross them off. And this will make sure that you and the project are successful. The sixth one up is going from heroics to systems and rituals. Juniors prove themselves by doing more work. Seniors prove themselves by building systems that could work without them. This looks like creating runbooks, postmortem templates, creating operational checklists, and creating AI generated documentation. This basically makes sure that you scale your influence, not your workload. The last mindset shift is going from being right to being useful. Juniors always want to win the argument, but seniors always want to move the outcome forward. So instead of saying, you're wrong, say, given the circumstances, option B might get us to the outcome faster. So let's do a 2 week pilot and see how it goes. And trust me, influence always wins over ego. And these shifts will change how people see you. Not louder, not faster, not more hustle, but somebody who thinks more clearly. Well, amplified by the use of AI. Thank you for watching. I would really appreciate it if you hit that like button and subscribe to my channel, but also go ahead and comment level up. And I will reply with a one-pager cheat sheet that you can start using at work today. And I recommend you to go watch my video above there on prompt engineering next. And now I leave you like I always do with a joke because life is too short not to laugh. Why did the build pipeline go to therapy? Because it had too many dependencies. See you in the next one.